continue with this idea that when he throws something at me, I don't get mad, I get even. I know there's nothing for free. If he hits me, I'm going to get him back. So we're going to start with jab. Now remember, first easy way, the lazy man way, is to parry it. Come from the outside in. We did it with the pad. I got a couple of options here. We're going to do all boxing ones, and later we'll show you some kickboxing ones. We're going to do the kickboxing ones tomorrow. So I'm going to do the boxing one. Since I'm blocking with, what hand is this? Right. So I'm not doing anything with my left. One of the easiest counters is hook. And this works because, again, the way that people do things, a lot of people, when they throw jab, they drop that hand. So, of course, you're going to eat the hook. He goes jab, and parry, hook. Now, you're going to find people who box the way that we show you, which is hands up. Tight structure, a lot of these things don't work. And that's why later you have to do the kicks and the knees, because you're not going to be able to counter punch them. So he goes jab, and I parry, and I hook. He goes jab, and I skip stones off, and I come in. In other words, like I skip a stone, I pop, and I come in. And this works because, again, a lot of people, when they jab, and they drop the hand, so that then you get hit with the right hand. If I jab, and I'm real strict about pulling my hand back, you can see that the right doesn't land that much. But so many people make these mistakes. These two basic boxing punches, boxing counters work. He goes jab, I go hook. He goes jab, I go right hand. So I go jab, he goes cross, or I go jab, and he goes hook. So he goes jab, maybe I go right hand, he goes jab, I go left hand, I go jab, whichever one he must do, and I get used to it. This also teaches me, both sides. In other words, when he attacks me, nothing for free. But I also learned that anytime I hit him, he can always come back and hit me. So I don't get lazy and do stuff like this, because I'm going to eat it. Okay, so you have two basic counters right now. So you need to develop, there are always multiple options, but you need to develop at least one counter to every technique that can be thrown at you. So, he went jab. Ideally, I should be countering. Perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. He goes jab, and I block, and then the cross comes. Boom. Normally, if I'm trying to work a counter off the cross, I'm going to want to use a little bit of that 7-star, that shot stick stepping. I want to get my left foot here. Okay, and the reason for that is that if I go 1, 2, the third thing he's going to throw is left hook, and I don't want to necessarily be standing here. I want to start creating an angle. So I go 1, 2. I can throw elbow. Be nice with this one. Don't throw it as hard as you can and find out what happens. Very important that I use that angle step, that I'm here to throw it. Obviously, this is not going to land. Everybody sees that, right? This is not going to land. If he throws hook at the same time, if he throws a loopy hook, he might catch me. Whereas if I go 1, 2, if he throws the hook, okay, from this angle. If I step a little wide, which can happen, I throw a cross, but I don't throw it straight. I'm throwing it at an angle, and that's because I'm using that 7-star footwork. And the 7-star footwork is a zigzag, but in this case, I finished the zigzag with my hand, not with my foot, right? We did the zigzag with the foot when we did it as a takedown. Now, I'm finishing the zigzag with my straight hand. Okay, another one that you can do is bounce off of this parry into the body shot. So you have basically 3. Elbow, punch from the angle. When you see the angle, I'm punching him in a way that's hard for him to punch me back. And then body shot. Okay? This is a counter of all time, but it's actually the second one. If he goes, no, it's not the way. I promise. He goes jab, cross, and I didn't do anything, so that hook is coming. Boom. Okay? He goes 1, 2, 3. First one, test by throwing the counter hook, because a lot of people go 1, 2, when they throw the hook, their hand is down. Okay, so you test them first by countering hook with hook. Once you find out that they have tight boxing and that's not going to land, then you get malicious. Mean-spirited, right, Primo? You get mean-spirited. Off the block, straight in. Because most people, when they throw a hook, you're supposed to throw a hook like this. Hook and come back. It's sort of the same thing as when we were talking about the cross, and you're supposed to come back, but a lot of people leave the cross there, and then it's very hard to slip the cross. It's the same thing. When you leave the hook out there, oh, I feel kind of open. He's not supposed to do it, but he's going to do it 99% of the time. Now, a lot of people, when they first do this, you hammer fist.
Like that.
But it's better if you punch through their head, not to the top of it. So, I tell people, make like a little cobra with your hand.
Oh, okay.
So that you go.
Oh, that was a good scene.
That's it, okay? Now I'm going to go straight, right?
I like real.
I'm trying not to take his head off, but... So, get a rising cobra. This one will land most of the time. It's my personal favorite count.
Boom.